Hey, today we're going to be doing the basic pen testing room for TryAcme. So we're going to start our machine. We've got got our VPN connected to TryAcme. And VPN's 10.8.98.254, as you can see there. So this machine allows you to practice web app hacking and privilege escalation. We're going to be doing brute forcing, hash cracking, service enumeration and Linux enumeration. So deploy the machine and connect to our network. I've done that. Let's complete that one. Find the services exposed to the machine. So we're gonna run an nmap scan for that. Just wait till we get an IP. Been a while since I've done a video, but I'm going to try and do a lot more lately. A lot more coming up. So we've got our IP 10.10.25.209, so we'll copy that IP address. And we'll do an nmap scan. We'll do -A for all services and operating systems and scripts. -T4 will be make it run quicker. -P will scan for all ports. We'll do -min rate. We'll do 5,000. That'll make it run faster. And we'll put our IP in, and we'll do our nmap scan. Find all open ports on the machine. So it should be pretty quick. And while that's running, we'll just have a quick look and see what else we've got to do in this machine. We've got to find the services, which is what we're doing now. What is the name of the hidden directory on the web server? So we're going to do a directory scan for hidden directories using a tool. Brute force the username and password. We're going to find the username and password. What service we're going to use to access the server, and then we're going to do some privilege escalation. And then find a final password. Okay, so it looks like there's 2 users on the machine. You've got to find another user there. Okay, so we'll go back to nmap scan, see how it's going. And it's almost done, 97.85% done. And there we go. So we can see we've got port 22 is open, SSH. We can see the version. Port 80, open HTTP, and it's running Apache 2.418 Ubuntu. The site doesn't have a title. We've got 139 and 445 open, which are Samba shares. Might be something on there we can have a look at. 8009, AJP13, Apache JServe. And we've also got 8080 open HTTP, Apache Tomcat 9.07, and you can see we're running a Linux machine, operating systems Linux. Okay, so we've got all that. So we'll start a new tab and go back to the questions. Find the services, so we've done that. What is the name of the hidden directory on the web server? So for that we're going to use a tool called gobuster. So we use we're going to do this one we run earlier, so we'll just change our IP to that. Change our IP in there to our IP 25209. So we're doing a directory scan. The URL is 10.10.25.209. The word list we're using is define any directories. Is USR shared word list gobuster directory list 2.3 medium text, and we're looking for HTML files, PHP, text, and we're doing 50 threads. So we'll run that and let that run. While that's running, we can have a look at the website on. We know there's a website on port 80. We can have a look at that. And all we can see is undergoing maintenance. Please check back later on there. And we can do right click and do a view source page. And we can see check our dev note section if you need to know what to work on. There must be a dev note section of some kind. So we can close that. We can have a look at. We put dev in there. There's no directory there, but we can see it's Apache 2.418. Okay. So we can also have a look at our back at our nmap scan. We've got 8080 open as well, so we can have a look at that. So if we put 8080 in there, we've got Apache Tomcat, but we don't have any other information there. So we'll go back to that and we'll have a look at our gobuster scan, and looks like we found development. So that's a hidden directory development. So if we go back to our questions, what's the name of the hidden directory on the web server? So try development. And it's correct. So let's have a look at development. And we can see we've got 2 files in there in the index of development. So click on that one, have a look. We've been messing with strut stuff. It's pretty cool. Right now we're using version 2.512, and SMB is configured. K, I've got Apache set up. We'll put our content on later. J. So it looks like we've got to use this starting with K and maybe one starting with J. Alright. So if we go back and have a look at this j.text. For J, I've been auditing the contents of EC2 Shadow, which is where our password hashes are stored on a Linux machine, to make sure we don't have any weak credentials. I was able to crack your hash really easily. I know your password. You know our password policy, so please follow it. Change the password ASAP. K. So yeah, we've got a username starting with J and a username starting with K. No, we've got nothing else in there. So if we go back to our scan, we can see we've got port 139 and 445. So we can have a look at any shares on the machine. So what we'll do is we'll go SMB client. We'll have a look at the options, and we can see we've got dash I is an IP address, dash D is directory, dash L is a log base name, capital L is list host, so we'll use the capital L. So we'll do SMB client. Spell it right. And we'll do dash L, and we'll put our IP in there. And it's asked for a password. We don't need a password. Press enter. And we can see we've got anonymous share, and we've got an IPC $ share. So let's have a look at the anonymous one. And we'll just do dash dash, we'll put our IP in there, slash, anonymous, no password needed, and we have access to that share. So if we do an ls, it'll show us what files are on there. We've got staff.txt. So if you want to read that file, we've got to do a get. This will download it to our machine. Get staff.txt. Okay, so that should be on our machine now. And we'll clear the screen. And if we do ls now, we can see we've got staff.txt there. So we do cat staff.txt, and we can see a message, announcement to staff: please do not upload non-work related items to the share. I know it's all fun, but this is how mistakes happen. This means you to Jan from K, so we know we've got a username Jan and K. Okay, so if we have a look back on our machine, our questions: use brute forcing to find username and password. Well, we found a username and password. We haven't found a password, but we found a username. So let's try Jan in there. First one we found, and there we go. We found the username. So what is the password? So we're going to use a tool called Hydra, which cracks the password, and we'll use Jan. And we're going to do 64 threads. We'll put our IP in there. 25209. So we're using lowercase l is Jan. That's the username. Capital P gives us our word list we're going to find the password on. It's going to search through this rocku.txt word list, which has got all the common passwords on it. Got thousands of passwords, and we've got our IP address, and we're going to be cracking the SSH, trying to get the SSH password, because if we look back here we can see we've got SSHs open, so we're going to try and get in through the SSH. That's still running, we're not getting anything else there, so we'll run that. And this can take a while, so while that's running I'll just pause the video and I'll come back when that's completed. Okay, we're back. Now we can see we found a password, Armando, for Jan, for SSH. Okay, so we'll clear our screen. And we'll do SSH, and we're doing Jan, we'll do @ put our IP in there, and we'll say yes, we want to connect, and Armando, and we've got connection to the target. So we'll clear the screen. We do an ls, we've got nothing there. So we go back to our questions. What is the password? Armando. And correct. What service do you use to access the server? Well, we use SSH, and it says to use capitals. So SSH. So enumerate the machine defining vectors for privilege escalation. Okay. And we've got a hint there too. We could have a look at the hint if we wanted to. Let's have a quick look at the hint. What does it say? Use privilege escalation checklist or a tool like Lin and What's the name of the other user you found on the machine? Okay, so if we have a look at we go CD to home, and we do ls, we can see Jan and K. Okay, so that's our other user, K. So we put K in there. if you found another user, what can you do with that information? Alright. We can have a look at, we'll do CDK and do ls. You can see we've got pass.back. So let's have a look at ls-la, which is our check for any hidden files. Okay, there we go. So pass.back, we can't open it because it's owned by K and we're Jan. And we've also got ssh.ssh here. That might come in handy. So let's have a look at we're going to look at the s.ssh directory. We'll ls in that one. Oh, we can see we've got an ID RSA. So if we do cat ID underscore RSA, oh, we've got private key for K by the look of it. It's in her folder. It's in her home directory. So let's copy this. We can use this to get in SSH as K now. So we'll copy that. And let's have a look here. It's still running. That's our nmap scan. We don't need that anymore, so we can clear that. And we'll do a nano ID underscore RSA, which is nano's a file editor. So we'll open that and we'll copy and paste our private key in there. Okay. Make sure you got it all in there. We'll do Control X. Yes to save as ID RSA. And now we've got to use SSH to John to try and get the password. We don't know K's password. We've got a private key, but we don't know the password. Because if you do SSH -I, and we're going to use the ID RSA file, and we're going to put our IP in there, 10.10, what was it? 25.209. And it's also saying permission 06445 are to open. This private key will be ignored. Unprotected private key file. We don't know the password. Bad permissions. Okay, so it's got to have, we've got our files in there, ID RSA. So we'll clear the screen. We want to use chmod, which is going to change the permissions command, and we're going to make them 600. Okay, now we do that again. Now it's asking for a passphrase for the key ID RSA, and we don't know the passphrase. We don't know the password. So we've got to use SSH to John, which is John the Ripper tool. So if we do locate SSH to John, and we can see it's in USR share John SSH to John.py. That's a Python file. So to crack it, we're going to need to use Python 3, and we'll copy this USR share John Python file, and we're going to do it. We're going to crack our ID RSA, and we're going to put it in a file called pass.hash. So we're using this Python, running this Python file on the ID RSA, and we're going to put it in the file pass.hash. Okay, so if we do ls now, we can see we've got our pass.hash in there. So we'll clear the screen again, and this time we'll run John pass.hash, and we're going to do dash dash and our word list equals USR share slash word list slash rockq.text. So that's the word list we're going to look for the password in. So say enter on that one. Oh, I've already cracked it before, so normally it would run and then it will give you the password, but because I've already done it, so if I do John dash dash show and we'll do pass.hash, and we can see, because I've cracked it before, it's got beeswax. So if you ran that for the first time, it would run for a while and then it would give you the password. But I've already done it, so if you want to show the password, because it says no passwords left to crack. So you can see its ID RSA is beeswax. Okay. So now we'll clear the screen again. We know it's beeswax. So we'll go back to our other command. If you press up, you change all back to commands. Okay, so we've got SSH-I, ID RSA, K, and now we know the passphrase, which is beeswax, and we're logged in as K now. Okay, so we'll clear the screen, go back to our questions. If you found another user, what can you do with this information? So we've done that. What is the final password you obtain? So if we do an ls on that one, we can see pass.back, and now we can read it because we're K. You can see now it's owned by K, pass.back. So if we read that file, cat pass.back, and we can see here's a really strong password that follows the password policy. It's not a real strong password really, because it's got no capitals, it's got no symbols or anything like that, but it's a long password, so it would be hard to crack. So if we copy that and we'll come back here, put that in there and submit, and that's that room done. It's a nice easy room for beginners. And we did a bit of brute forcing, hash cracking, service enumeration, Linux enumeration, bit of privilege escalation. We found the SSH private key, cracked the password. So that's it for that one. See you next time.